Apple's market value has skyrocketed to a whopping $2.7 trillion.
700 billion and a trillion 300 million billion.
But with the successful release of the new iPhone 15, they definitely aren't stopping there. And neither are you. In this video, we're going to be tackling all the stealthy ways that Apple is draining you of your wallet. Stick around and watch until the end of the video, because this might just be the difference between financial freedom and a domino effect of expenses. Growth of Apple. Apple is innovation incarnate. It was planted into the ground and watered every day like its namesake fruit, but it definitely took the same amount of care. Apple was founded in 1976 by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne, and all three of them have innovated their markets ever since. Apple's first breakthrough product came in 1984 with the Macintosh, a revolutionary personal computer with a graphical user interface and a mouse. This would mark the first instance ever where Apple would warp the market. Little did we know that they planned on it becoming a trend. From the iPhone to the iPad to all the other I's that Apple has released, they've continually introduced products that shifted the market in their favor. They were starting to build a brand that was known for being on top of the tech industry, until it wasn't. As of recently, Apple has been receiving a lot of suspicious looks for their not-so-innovative technology.
They're the same picture.
The world just isn't shook by Apple products anymore, but it still continues to rake in your hard-earned cash with just a few simple techniques. Premium pricing. If Apple wasn't shocking the world with their products anymore, then they were definitely shocking their customers with their price points. Now, don't get us wrong, the tech in each iteration of an Apple product is impressive by itself, but compared to each one's previous iteration, not much has changed to justify the nauseatingly high prices for an iPhone. Multiple Apple customers have gone online voicing their outrage towards the obscene prices, but Apple simply considers these complaints as free marketing.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
Another pricing strategy that Apple employs is something called the price ladder. Price ladders are used when you want your customers to justify spending more by introducing lower spec options at slightly lower price points. This can be seen when buying an iPhone for the first time and you're given the choice of either buying a regular iPhone 15 at $799 USD or an iPhone 15 with a slightly larger screen at $899 USD. Then there's also the price ladder of choosing how much storage you want for your Apple device, until you've basically convinced yourself that you're saving money by buying the cheapest option. Though, to be fair, Apple isn't the only tech company doing this, and just check out Samsung and their alphabet of phones.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Social status. Despite all the backlash that Apple has received from the community, it still continues to put high price tags on their phones because they want to reinforce the idea that their products are expensive. And having one means you can afford one. More and more customers nowadays are either becoming brand loyalists or brand agnostics, and owning Apple products has become a personality trait. It's even gotten to the point where people can bond over the fact that they both own an iPhone. Apple has catered their marketing, pricing, and technology to enhance the social aspect of owning Apple products. Price-wise, the high price point of having an iPhone means that if you own a recent iPhone, you're basically wearing a huge sign that says, "I'm rich and capable." Their marketing has also been pushing the idea of Apple as a community. At some point, a lot of people cared less about the item itself and more about owning an Apple-branded product. And buying into Apple is what starts the domino effect, ecosystem effect. Once you've bought an Apple product, you've basically increased the chances of you buying another Apple product. This is because Apple has integrated their products into each other, promising you convenience if you're willing to cough up a few $1,000 to buy more Apple products. Some examples of this are the Apple iWatch, which works infinitely better when you're using it with an iPhone. The tracking is better, the apps work together seamlessly. Heck, the Apple iWatch can even unlock your iPhone for you. All these products interlinked with each other just give you more reasons to buy more Apple products. But the use of Apple isn't just convenient for you, it's convenient for other Apple users as well, with features like FaceTime, AirDrop, and the Apple Game Center urging you to invite your friends so you can connect better. But the Apple consumer lifestyle isn't always convenient. Of course, Apple has to keep you spending money, which brings us to service subscriptions. So you find yourself in the Apple ecosystem, enjoying all of their convenient services the way that it was meant to be. That is, until you hit a wall. Upon buying an iPhone, you're given a bunch of freebies that you wouldn't even bat an eye at. Free 1-month subscription to Apple Arcade, expandable iCloud storage, and of course, Apple TV, all of which is meant to give you a taste of the good life for 1 month, and then completely pull the rug from under you once your free trial expires. Apple Arcade and Apple TV are both unnecessary add-ons that you can choose to spend on if you have the extra money to. But the biggest subscription trap that Apple has is their iCloud service. iCloud comes with 5 gigabytes of free storage for any Apple account, but 5 gigabytes is tiny compared to the high-definition pictures that iPhones now take. Because of this, the 5 gigabyte free cloud storage gets filled up within months of regular use. Because of this, Apple leaves you the choice of either shelling out money for convenience's sake or deal with push notifications for the rest of your Apple device's lifespan. Product vomit. Subscriptions aren't the only thing that Apple has designed for you to continually shell out money for. They also have their many accessories. These accessories range from convenient to absolutely necessary, and most of the time they aren't even part of the expensive main product. A few examples of this would include the iPad's Magic Pen being sold separately, the iPhone's adapter being sold separately, and even your iMac's monitor stand being sold separately. All of which are placed at the same obscene price point, which in reality all of them should have come free with the product that you've bought. Unfortunately, Apple keeps getting away with it.
He can't keep getting away with it!
Much like the ecosystem and integration aspect of Apple products, once they've convinced you to buy their single product, then you're most likely bound to buy even more. I mean, what's a few more $100 after buying a phone that's already worth 3 months' pay, right? Repairs and maintenance. If you didn't already know, Apple has come out to say that in previous iterations of the iPhone, each new iOS update was tailor-made to slowly make older iPhone models obsolete, basically pushing older iPhones out of the market and forcing their already loyal customers to buy even more iPhones. This phasing out of older models sadly isn't new. I mean, we're talking about the same company that removed the headphone port in favor of a solo Lightning port. Not only is maintenance a pain, repairs are also just as much of a hassle. Only a select few Apple repair stores are authorized to handle repairs for your Apple products, often taking weeks at a time due to bureaucracy, and also as a way to ensure that even when you have a problem with your Apple products, you're still paying Apple for the inconvenience caused. Apple's business model is built around sucking your wallet dry as soon as you enter their ecosystem. And not enough people are calling them out on it just because they're already up to their necks in Apple brand loyalty. So the next time you decide to get a taste of Apple, be careful of all the money grubbers.